I've picked up on things this year that will probably be in some stand-up later.
For those who don't know, Blake keeps a note folder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In his phone of jokes that he might be able to turn into something because he's big into comedy. And so he's stealing some material from his head coach.
Yeah, I've had this notes folder for like 10 years now. So I've had a lot of material over the years.
Do you use, I've never seen you do stand-up. Do you use NBA stories?
Yeah, for sure. The first time I did stand-up, I was trying to write like, like topical, like whatever you see.
On the Daily Show or something.
Yeah, I watched the interview that was like Seth Rogen. So he used to do stand-up when he was like 14 in Canada. And he said he had like a bunch of jokes that were like grown-up jokes. And he would do okay. And he came off stage one time and a comedian was like, hey, how old are you? And he was like 14. And he was like, well, write about 14-year-old stuff. And he did that and it crushed. And so I was like, you know what? Why am I trying to get away from basketball? Let me just write about basketball. And that helped.
So do you have like 23-year-old Blake jokes in your notes folder and then 33-year-old?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I have jokes that it's an idea, and then like sometimes like maybe 2 years later, you'll figure it out, and then you keep writing.
This is a perfect segue to something that I really want to talk to you about. Is like far before you ever came to the Celtics, I saw you in your first commercial, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, wow, like. He delivered on like
Thanks,
the timing and everything is just like right on. Are you interested in being an actor?
No,
no, not at all.
No, I do things that I think are fun. I've done some TV shows.
And if it's a fun role.
Yeah, possibly, but I'm not like trying to go on auditions.
Yeah,
like like really
take the rock down. Like
no.
See ya.
I mean, I say that now, but you never know. I just enjoy comedy a lot. So I've done things here and there, but I've started doing some producing and stuff, and that's more fun to me.
I said I tried to find it today. I was looking back on my post. I don't know if it was on my Twitter or Facebook, but when the conversation started about Space Jam 2, and like everyone was like maybe LeBron, and no one knew that it was going to be LeBron, but I was like, Blake Griffin would kill that role because I really think that you might be the best actor in the league.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, well, we should really like. Keep that head small, but no, I think.
All right, guys, enough.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh no, I'm just gonna tell you need to.
But also, I have more evidence of this. So my brother has been in advertising for going on a couple decades.
Yeah.
He writes commercials for a living.
No, nice.
And he has told me like way back in the day, like I have written Blake Griffin into so many of my commercials. It's never happened that they went to you to bring you on, but he always wanted to have you in them because you just have this way of delivering. So I've got something I want to read that he said. He said, you can't teach timing. It's like music. You either have rhythm or you don't. He has it. I've always been impressed with his instincts. Guys like him and Peyton Manning can just deliver lines. And we've seen Peyton Manning, what he has done since he's retired, hosting the ESPYs, hosting award shows like that. What do you think led to you having that comedic timing and being able to nail a joke? Because it's not easy at all, as I know very well.
I think just my love of comedy growing up, I would like watch SNL every weekend, comedy shows with my dad, and then I grew up on like the Comedy Central era where it was like TV shows, stand-up, and then also like being the younger brother, like always having to like try to do something, and then, I don't know, I think that was like the combination of those two things.
Did you, starting to do stand-up, that's not...
Terrifying.
Many people do, yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. How did you have to draw on any of your sports background? Like, how do you...
Is it harder to do that in front of a crowd like this or harder to play in front of 20,000?
Way harder to do stand-up.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You're up there alone.
Yeah.
And,
what about everybody? Throw line, like to win the game?
It's but those are things that I've done my entire life since I was a kid. People always are like, people ask me that same thing, and it's just like you have no backup, you have no teammates. Everybody's like number one fear is public speaking, or the number one fear is public speaking, and comedy stand up is that, plus having to make everybody laugh. So I don't know why I wanted to do it, but I did it, and I walked away thinking, you know, I had like another tool. You know, when I get up here and do stuff like this, like it's much easier having to have already done that.
What's the best show you've ever done?
I was a huge fan of this show Broad City back in the day. I did that, and to this day, I think I get more people come up to me and talk to me about that than
No,
Yeah.
really?
yeah.
More so than basketball.
Oh well, no, not basketball. I thought you said show. Yeah. Like,
What?
That guy that was in Broad City is playing basketball right now.
I'm like, he's blatantly lying to us right now.
That actor is a basketball player? No, obviously not basketball, but yeah, that's one I'm always proud of.
But that is something you do in the off season, right? You said you like to challenge yourself, do something different every off season.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like a bunch of swimming workouts. I did like soccer workouts. I always try to find something that like kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's just going to help me in the future. Like adds a new tool to your tool belt.
What was it this year, coming into this season?
This summer?
Yeah.
Well, I took up golf, and that's terrifying.
But I've heard you're pretty good at it for just picking it up.
I'm like obsessive when it comes to things.
Yeah.
And I was so bad that I was like, I can't be this bad. So
You pushed through though.
I've played way too much.
I think we both watched your Old Man and the Three podcast appearance, and JJ was talking about how you just like rifled one like
Gosh.
350 right off the tee.
Yeah,
But you did it in the wrong direction.
Yeah, the distance isn't the problem. This way, it could go this way or this way. So everybody's in trouble if I was teeing off right here.
Going back to the comedy thing, who's your favorite comedian that you've ever watched?
Stand up?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, for sure.
Nice.
He's a
Bad choice.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He's one of those guys that could sit and talk to you about any topic and talk to you like very intelligently on it. It's impressive.
Have you met him?
I have.
How's that? And where was that?
The first time I met him, I was in a friend of mine in LA, co-created Chappelle show with him. His name's Neil Brennan. So I became close with him, and then I had lunch with him one time, and it was kind of annoying because when you walk away and like, you know, I call my friends and tell them, and like, what was he like? And you try to tell a story that he tells, and it's just not funny. Like only he can do that. But he's great. I mean, like actor-wise, like Will Ferrell. Like I grew up on Will Ferrell. You know.
SNL.
Yeah. So no, there you go.